Hi, friends, and welcome to our ELA lesson. Today, we are going to predict before we read a story, listen for characters, name and list characters, then compare the characters to see what's different about them. So let's go ahead and take a look. Can you go ahead and crank your brain and think of what you can predict about this story? So here's our image, right? Here's our picture. And this animal is saying cock-a-doodle-doo. And the title of the story is called Rooster's Big Job. So I wonder, what do you predict about this story? Go ahead and take some think time, okay? Very good. And if you need more time, please pause me, okay? Now let's take a look at our story and listen for all the characters. Are you ready to listen? Rooster's Big Job. Long ago and far away, there was a little farm in the country. The farmer who owned the farm was always very sleepy. He didn't get up when the sun rose. In fact, it was nearly noon when he came to the barn, and the animals were always very hungry. The poor animals complained. The cow said, "Moo." The horse said, "Neigh." The sheep said, "Baa," and the sheep said, "Oink." But the little red rooster said nothing at all. "We have to do something," said the big woolly sheep. "I know," said the shiny fat pig. "Maybe if we sing as loudly as we can wake the farmer early and get our breakfast on time." "That's a great idea," said the tall horse, leaning over his stall. And so early the next morning, the animals sang out in their loudest voices. The cow sang moo, the horse sang neigh, the sheep sang baa, the pig sang oink, and the little red rooster wanted to help. "Shall I sing?" he asked. "You?" said the great big spotted cow. "Huh, you're too little. Only big important animals can make a noise loud enough to wake this sleepy farmer." So the big animals kept practicing, while the little rooster sat on the fence all by himself. Each morning for a week, the animals sang their loudest songs, but the farmer did not wake up until noon. The cow said, "Singing makes me even hungrier. This farmer will not wake up early to feed us. We'll just have to wait until noon when he gets up." But early the next morning, just before dawn, the animals heard a noise from the barnyard. "Cock-a-doodle-doo! Cock-a-doodle-doo! Cock-a-doodle-doo!" sang the little red rooster. The farmer heard the rooster, woke up, and came down to the barn to feed the animals. Ever since then, the rooster's job was to sing in the morning to wake everyone up. The animals learned a good lesson. Even a small creature can do a job. The little rooster learned a lesson too. Find a job that you can do and do your best. Very good listening, my friends. Now let's take a look. Let's go ahead and have some think time. Were any of your predictions correct? Did you maybe predict that the little red rooster would need to wake everyone up? Or maybe that he just had a job to do? I hope so. Very good, friends. Now let's see. I want you to go through and I want you to remember which characters you saw in our story. Remember, our characters are the people or animals that are in our story, the thing that our story is about, right? So remember, we had the farmer, and then we had all of his farm animals. We had the big spotted cow, and the tall horse, and the fuzzy sheep, and the shiny pig. But I think one of the most important characters is definitely the little red rooster. Remember? He had the biggest job of them all. Now let's see if we can compare some things. Now we know the word different, right? But maybe we don't really know exactly what different means. Different means not the same as another. So we have to find something that's different. So let's compare a couple of different characters. So let's compare the farmer and the sheep. So go ahead and take a second. Tell me how the farmer and the sheep are different. You can pause me if you need more time. All right. The farmer is definitely a person, right? And the sheep is an animal. So that's a kind of a big difference, isn't it? What's another difference that you might be able to find? Did you think of another one? All right, very good. Let's go ahead and try a different um, animal set to compare. Let's try the pig and the cow. What is different about the pig and the cow? How are those two different? That's right. They have a couple of differences. A pig is a little bit smaller than a cow. A cow is generally a little bit bigger, right? Pigs can get quite big. Now, what's the difference with their color? Yeah, the pig is pink, right? And the cow has spots, black and white spots. I wonder if you could think of another way that these two are different. All good ideas. Now let's try one more. Let's compare the big horse with the little rooster. Now I just gave you a way that they were different, right? The horse is big, but the rooster is small. Can you find another way that they are different? Very good. I could say that the horse is brown, and this rooster, well, is brown and black and has a red wattle under his chin. What else could we say? I could say that the horse likes to neigh, but that the rooster likes to crow and say cock-a-doodle-doo. Yeah, those are all some pretty good differences, my friends. Very good, friends. You just did a really good job of predicting before the story, listening for characters in a story, naming and listening those stories, and then comparing those characters as well. Good work, my friends.